rehearsal, I went home and I wrote the song called Carry On My Wayward Son. I just sat down with a guitar and out it came. And one note led to the next note.
We got down to the studio and Kerry presented that song and it was magic. It was magic from the word go.
It just had a magical feel about it. We knew something was different about this album.
Not only is it the miracle of him developing as the songwriter that no one even knows where it's coming from, but at the last minute, he brings the first breakout song that we've been needing.
I've never known how that happened. It just beams in.
Wayward Son was special. It was, it was very unique, and it brought all of the elements in that we needed.
And we sat back and listened to that first chorus, and we just looked at each other and thought, this is another order of magnitude of everything we've ever had.
Don't you cry no more.
So I called Don Kirshner, cranked the thing up, opened the telephone, played him out the opening of the song, and I could hear him talking to the phone already. He says, I love it, I just love it.
When Jeff came into my office, he had an open door policy, all producers did. I hear Carry On Wayward Son, and I'm going, wait a second. I pulled in the promotion staff into my office. We must have played that about 10 times. Well, you've got yourself your first hit single.
I think I got a preview. I think I heard it before anyone else did. And he said, I want you to hear this because there's an influence there. He said, when we heard Now I'm Here, the riff go ding, 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 ding. He says there's a point where the riff swaps over its place in the bar. And he said, I was intrigued by that the same way as you were, Brian. And he said, this is what we've done with Wayward Son.
I remember Don Kirshner saying this. Every note in that song is a hook. Da-da-da-da-da. That's hook number one. Bum, bum, ba-da-da. That's hook number two. It started off with a hook. Carry on my... that was the hook. Dun, 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 dun. The guitar solos were hooks. Dun, 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 dun. Everything about it was a hook.
Is there a 13-year-old boy on earth who does not either think of themselves as the Wayward Son or want to be? They tapped into something timeless, and in rock and roll, you can't ask for much more than that.
They brought muscle to music. These guys were so extraordinarily talented that they just seemed to be, from whatever that planet is, that brings us all the rock gods in our lives.
We started getting call-ins, FM, because you could call in, ask for requests. Call-ins on Carry On.
It was all over the radio. Every freaking station in the country, FM and AM, played Carry On Wayward Son, and that did it. That was what put us over the top.
And boom, it's the song that changed our entire lives.
KQV played it in Pittsburgh. The minute that happened, Solly Solomon, the promotion man, wrote in his report, I went into the radio station, I handed him the record, and it exploded.
The record came out and was gold within 4 weeks. 3 weeks later, it was platinum, and it was just soaring.
It took us from being an opening band to a headliner around the world.
After Left Overture came out, after playing them in many other markets in and around the Pittsburgh area, I take them to the Civic Arena, and we do 2 nights breaking Elvis Presley's record of 30,000 people.